Hi everyone, weekly preview time. Just from my perspective, some of the things going on in the next few days that I have to research myself just to brush up on, and so I'm aware a little bit of what's happening. But so I'm looking at a preview for the 8th to the 12th of February 2023. First thing to say is Wednesday evening, that's the 8th of February. I aim to be at Lee Valley Indoor Centre doing some filming for that. We've got a range of events being put on and promoted by Peter Scott there. There's a men's 3000, which according to the entries is headed by Archie Davis. Not making a comeback as such, but maybe after glandular fever and issues last year, might be back, hoping to show he's back to some form. We've got Hannah Seagrave in the 800, who's done PB of 2:0.18. And then probably the top quality race of the evening is women's 400 metres with Jessie Knight, Lavier Nielsen and others. So although shorter distance than I'm normally focused on, that should be quite exciting. And plenty of other events going on. Saturday, the final Kent League, cross-country league of the season will be at Bromley. And I'll be there. There's only senior races going on there. Plenty of indoor action, which I'll come to in a second. But on Thursday night in Ireland, we've got the Armagh 5K, which is got such a good reputation for getting loads of people under 13 minutes, under 14 minutes, let alone 15 minutes. There's a women's international 3K at 10 past 8 and the men's 5K at 5 to 9. East Down YouTube are due to stream that live, so look out for that if interested. I might get back home just after training to see a few snips. I've had a look around. I can't actually find a start list. I'm sure they've had start lists up in the past, so maybe that'll appear in the next 2 or 3 days. So that's Thursday, that's the 9th of February. And then, as I say, there's loads of indoor action going on around the world, in Europe and the USA particularly. There's things like in Poland at Torun on Wednesday night, there's a good event going on. There's Paris at the weekend. But perhaps the big highlight is the Millrose Games in New York on Saturday. I think it's been shown on Runner's Space. I mean, others might find other links, etc. for that. But Saturday, the miles go off around about 5:30 at New York time, which is 10:30 our time. There's a 5-hour time difference, but primarily it's all going on between, well, I suppose 9 o'clock our time and sort of 11 o'clock on Saturday evening. I did have noted down as the women's 600 where Keely Hodgkinson broke the world best a week or so ago at Manchester, and I think Mo was down to race, but she's literally, I've seen this morning, she's withdrawn, wants to focus on the outdoor season, so she's not going to be racing, which is a shame, because it would have been though they're not racing each other, it would have been a comparison of sorts. The men's mile, the Wanamaker mile, that should be terrific. I mean, there's Neil Gurley going in that, Cole Hocker, American, Yared Naguse, who ran 7:28 indoors for 3,000 recently, is in fine form, and Ollie Hoare, who's the Commonwealth Games 1500 metre champion. They all go in the men's mile. The women's mile has Laura Muir and Gemma Reekie. The men's 800 has Carl Langford, Bryce Hoppel, Clayton Murphy, and that's just about every event is pretty stacked, to be honest, and some interesting matchups. And if you go on the Millrose Games website, there's little reviews for each event, which is quite well done actually. Men's 3K, perhaps one of the interesting ones is Josh Kerr's entered for that, so be good to see how he gets on over the longer distance. So he ran a half marathon before Christmas, so he's pretty strong obviously. So that's it. loads of action, very difficult to keep up with at the moment. Spoke to one or two people at the weekend, even the experts in this find it difficult to keep their fingers on the pulse of what's going on around the world. But there you go. That's a little bit from my perspective. Hope you found it useful and have a good week.